I think following the crowd is gonna help you find yourself, but in reality, it just does the opposite, right? Because I think for a lot of people, especially when you're younger, like I'm talking young, you just do everything that your mates do. You do everything that the cool kids of the school are doing, and then you sort of just continue that throughout your life. And then when you leave school, that is the first time where you got to make up your own decisions, because you either go to college or you go and work full time, get an apprenticeship. But even so, you fall back into that habit of you finding your new friends, and then you just continue to do what everyone else is doing. You don't go out and walk your own path, and some people, they leave it too late to do so, and they're forever just chasing like the things that they've left behind. And then even worse, you lose your own personality, your own uniqueness, the one thing that you have over everyone else, which is just the ability to be yourself. You just completely get that wiped from your system because you're scared. It's like, oh, my new group of friends or my group of friends, they're not doing that, so I can't really go out and do that. But that is just, it's just ridiculous. And of course you grow up, you mature, and you realize that you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. There's nothing else you can do. But it can be very damaging. Like, it's just, it's funny, isn't it? Like, it's most damaging when you're young, because you're not as mature as, like a 30, 40-year-old grown adult's gonna be. But it only seems to happen when you're younger, and that's when it's most damaging. For me, I've never got FOMO, ever. Like, ever. I'm talking, even when I was a young kid, like, I didn't give a shit. I don't know why, but it's just something that I never struggled with. And no, I'm thankful, really, because FOMO, like, the amount of people that I used to know that were so scared of, like, oh, look, I'm not, able to go to that party. Like, what shall I do? They're willing to just cancel, like, the most outrageous plans that they have with their family or what, just to make it to a party, is ridiculous. But the most strength comes from being able to leave the crowd and not become a sheep. Just walking your own path. Like, that's where the most strength comes from. And man, like, you have one life. You really just gonna go and be a sheep because you're scared of what someone else has got to say about you? That's crazy. That is just crazy. It says a lot about you, and it says a lot about the person as well, that even passes judgment. And you should not give a shit what anyone cares about. I see it all the time though. Like, in the sales space, right? A lot of you guys probably aren't in the sales space, but I used to be on, like, the online sales space. Everyone is just a copy and paste version of, like, the top dog of online sales. Everything they say, everything they do is just like word for word what the top boy is saying, because they think they have to be that way to make it to the top. Even when I was involved, I never understood it. I used to look at these guys like, I swear this guy said that the other day on his story. I swear that guy made the exact same post. And then you look back and it's like, it's just ridiculous. I get that's what content is just everyone's doing whatever's trending, but I don't understand why. Like, I was told to post on Instagram, and Instagram, like, I wasn't really feeling it, because my message had to be so compact and compiled, and I had to, like, talk in a certain way, like, have this stupid little content voice on. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to actually be able to share a message that is gonna help people, and they can fully, digest the message, not just, can narrow it into 30 seconds because that's what works for Instagram, that's what goes viral. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I want to stop that. And what happens when you do follow the crowd is everything that you are gets stripped, and then regardless, like, everyone looks at you anyway, and they're like, like this guy, like he's trying too hard to be like this. He's trying too hard to be like that person. That's not him. Like, I swear he wasn't like that. Oh yeah, he's switched up. He's changed. He's fake. And you end up just shooting yourself in the foot, and you're never happy. Like, it doesn't make you any happier. Like, just to be involved in the group is ridiculous. So just have a set of bollocks on you. Don't be scared to be your own person, because that is where the most growth is going to happen. You're actually going to like mature as a person. You're going to look at you're going to be able to look at everyone else and think, yeah, like, I'm happy. I'm comfortable to stand on my own 2 feet. I'm confident in who I am. And then you just grow as a person. Like, I'm only 20 years old, but yeah, I'm still able to grow into like a young man, because I can look at everyone else and think, I don't care that I'm not involved, I haven't been invited. I'm confident and comfortable in who I am, which is a massive part of life in general, really. That's how you actually reach that level of peace and that happiness, is when you're comfortable with who you are. And then you just get to do what you want without any fear of any judgment, which is what everyone craves. Everyone craves just to be able to do what they want without caring, without thinking, oh, this person's looking at me, that person's going to judge me. And then, like, inevitably, everyone's going to gravitate towards you anyway, because they're going to look and think, you know what, I respect this guy. I respect him. Like, he's happy just to not be in the limelight. He's happy not to chase every trend. And you can actually build something that is going to be able to withstand whatever storm life throws at you. So don't be a sheep. Don't be scared to walk your own path, because people are going to follow you anyway. Like, you're going to find people that are like, you know, I like this guy, let me be his friend. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to like leave behind your childhood friends or whatever, or the friends you got now. Because if they really like you, they're going to respect you, and you're just still going to be in contact. You're still going to be in contact. Maybe not as much, but that's part of growing up anyway. Like, when you leave school, you go on different paths, or maybe you don't. I don't know, but yeah, don't be scared. Be your own person. Don't be scared of, don't have the fear of being judged or whatever. And yeah, that is the message of today.